Right, hello everyone. Give me a second to get set up. You know I'm never ready for the start of a stream. But today we are going to be playing more Returnal. So I know what you're thinking, because you're sitting there and you're stroking your chin like, yes, I understand. You're thinking to yourself, hey, now that Shadow beat Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, didn't he say he was gonna start alternating a new game now? Because doesn't he always alternate games? And your massive brain would be right. But the thing is, in my Discord, I ran a poll for what game I should stream next, and what ended up winning was Final Fantasy X, which I'm interested in playing. But my friend, who's a big Final Fantasy X fan, requested that I delay starting that until I forget exactly when. I'll need to double check. But he requested that I not play until he's ready. So out of respect, I will do that. So yeah, right now my plan is to get as far in Returnal as I can, and then we will start Final Fantasy X. And if I finally manage to beat Returnal, I'll hold another poll, but I'm probably gonna try and keep it to like shorter experiences. The Returnal has taken so much longer than I thought it would ever take. Because I thought I heard people say it was a fairly short game. But that could also just be me not paying full attention, you know? I don't know. But either way, I would like to beat Returnal. I'm not gonna try being a downer or anything, but I'm kinda at the point where it's like, please let me be over with this game. Not that I'm not enjoying it, but it's just like, I want to know what's going on. I now have Power Wash Simulator on my Steam Deck. Nice! Power Wash Sim is really fun. It's so weird. If you had told me that I would like that game, I would have been like, you're insane. Why would I ever enjoy that? But, it's a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoy it too. And hi Fidget, it's good to see you. Hi, how are you? Did you enjoy the lore? There was lore? I mean, I kind of followed it as far as, like, it led up to us discovering an ancient civilization or whatever, but I didn't really pay attention to any story stuff. I just enjoy the act of cleaning things. Lord, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the ending I remember being a, like, what the hell kind of ending. Links at the temple, egg the... Oh, yeah. Oh, that's why. That makes sense. Okay, I think it's about time. Hi. Yeah, we are, continuing on with Returnal. Reflex stimulant. Why did I... Slowing down perception of time. Interesting. And there was a freak tornado that happened. Picked up a local farmer's fertilizer and dumped it all the poop onto the temple. Oh.
The world still changes. Was it waiting for me to return all this time?
Yeah, I definitely was not looking into any of the lore. If anything, it was a great game to, like... I've said before that I don't generally do podcasts and games at the same time, but Power Wash Sim was one of the rare exceptions where there was so little else I was paying attention to that I was able to, like, turn on something else. So I paid more attention to other things. I know they're doing Power Wash Sim 2. I hope that's good. Oh my god. Oh, I hate this. But hi. Hi, Thrifted. How are you doing? I don't know if I want this to be a, like, what I'm known for now. Time-traveling people from the future who have been trying to figure out how the volcano was about to explode. That's interesting. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know that I could get invested at this point. I just enjoyed it as, like, that game where you clean things. That was all it needed to be for me. Work is very slow. Well, I mean, as somebody who's looking for a job, any work is good work as far as I'm concerned. So, I'm glad it's slow enough you can, you know, join me. The lore is really crazy. Oh, I'm sure. I can appreciate the fact that it has lore, but just for me personally, I can't get invested at this point. Just too set in stone in my brain, you know? Maybe I really am a boomer. I can't accept change. Yeah. Well. How's your week going so far? Anything story-worthy? Well, actually, there is one thing. I meant to mention this on stream. I got my very first, ticket yesterday, so that was no fun. Wasn't for anything major, of course. Okay, I'll be honest with you, even my parents were like, this is such BS. But, I was merging onto a freeway from a different freeway, and I wanted to get in the carpool lane because I had a long way to go, and this particular merge, like, had a solid line for... a solid white line for, you know, the carpool lane. It goes for a while. And, I was like, I don't want to wait, so I made sure everything was safe, but, like, I merged into the carpool lane from, you know, from the regular lanes before it became a dashed line, and a cop pulled me over. You fulfill a prophecy given to you by a fortune teller that will stop the volcano from exploding because time-traveling people went back in time to the ancient civilization. It's like, clean the final... Oh, okay. Full speedometer. No, it wasn't about speeding or anything. I'll be honest with you. So many people do that exact same move I did. It was I didn't even realize there was a cop nearby. Otherwise I wouldn't have, but, like... it's such a normal thing that people make that change. And he also kind of gave a BS reason, where he was like, well, I'm just doing this to protect your safety because people make that merge and then crash. It's like, I've driven those roads plenty. I've never seen that. So, you know, most likely just a quota-filling ticket, but still wasn't fun. Like, driving on the freeways is already kind of a nightmare. So, I guess the universe just decided I wasn't miserable enough yet. But, to answer your question, Thrifted, it's otherwise a good week. It's just, you know... I can label... Yeah, right? Ladies, the cops have an issue with me. But yeah, like, you know, even at the time, my parents were like, this is such BS, everybody does this. So... Oh, I don't like this weapon trait. That actually really sucks. I unlocked the weapon trait of having to charge before shooting. I don't like that. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, there's... Since I am on a job hunt, you know, that's been difficult, so, like, there's still some base amount of frustration, but, like, you know, it's not like anything majorly wrong happened. It was just like, yeah, I'm still struggling to find jobs in my field. Because, like, as much as I love streaming, it is a hobby for me, and I very much don't think I would ever become a professional streamer. So, you know, I gotta find something. But it's just not a good time for it. Dream got me to play some Returnal. Oh, nice! Well, hey, I'm really glad to hear that. It's always very fun for me when somebody's like, yeah, I tried out a game or, like, did something in a game because I saw you do it. That is so cool. Hi, Corn, it's good to see you. Hi. Welcome in. I don't know if I want dash to be disabled. Get you casual fun streamer. Yeah. And, like... You know, I've had, you know, sponsorships once or twice. I'm not, like, big enough to get any sort of, like, major thing, but I've done it a couple of times, and, like, that's super cool when it happens, but I'm in a position where I get to be somewhat picky, if that makes sense. Like, if I were a full-time streamer, I would imagine it would be a lot harder to turn down sponsorship requests. Orb.
Why won't the music end?
Need an additional consumable slot? Sure.
Stuck inside me.
Oh, that's a permanent upgrade? Oh, that's sweet.
Seasons, don't fear the Reaper.
I'll be honest, after beating Nemesis, this game has taken a very different
Starting to understand what destroyed her
turn
mind.
for me. Because I assumed it was going to be like Nemesis as the penultimate final boss, and he would give you the ability to swim, and then you would have to go face the final boss. But that is not what happened. And I still can't swim. Oh, the carbine, let's go. Also, you know, that charge shot thing actually didn't end up being as bad as I thought because you can just hold down and it'll just auto-fire. Kind of like a burst of an assault rifle. Which makes it easier to use, but I still prefer the carbine. I am curious as to what this is all leading up to. Because originally we were like, we need to find the White Shadow signal. And we found it. And then it's like, we lived the rest of our lives. And then we're back here on the planet somehow. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the implication is like Celine has to deal with whatever's on this planet and can't die until that happens. But I don't know. Oh, thank you. I'll stick with the carbine. Still sticking with the carbine. I guess I was sad to learn that there was more to the game because I really felt like geared up for the White Shadow being like the final thing we figure out.
Mother was always herself. I wasn't that bad, was I?
I mean, I thought somebody told me last time that you could go into this house multiple times. Or like once every run. I guess not. Memories of family are severed. Leprosy of the mind that sees an astronaut. The life built on maybes? Constantly on the verge of reaching Helios, watching me enter the house before. Descent to the underworld. Okay. But there's a shop. Maybe the blade balancer if I really feel like it. Hey Structor, it's good to see you. Hi, how are you? How are things? I assume you're still enjoying Gradius Origins. You know, I looked on Steam's page, like Steam reviews of Gradius Origins, and I saw someone say like Sonic Origins eat your heart out, and I was like, yeah, it is so Sonic Origins is so disappointing. It makes me sad. And it's a very weird thought to think that Konami is treating its legacy better than Sega is. Although I did hear the Metal Gear Master Collection was not very good. It's kind of rough today. I had a bit of a oh really? Oh no, I'm so sorry. What? I mean, you don't have to say if you don't want to, but hope it becomes less stressful quickly. And, let's see, what else? Do I have any other funny stories? Not really. It has been a pretty uneventful week. Brief Origins is fun and making good progress on Gradius too. Nice. Gradius, sorry. It takes me a minute to remember it's not Gradius, because I'm just so used to everyone saying Gradius. Turns out one of the hardest bosses has a safe spot where you essentially just stay there and break all the gun. Really? That's, I was gonna say, like, that's a weird decision, and then, I thought, like, I guess if he's that hard, giving a spot that helps out is appreciated. Ridiculous, guns don't shoot if you are close enough to them. Really? Yeah, I feel like I've heard of a mechanic like that before, but can't think where. Also, you need a specific weapon configuration to make it work. One option, two-way missiles. I think 2 speed-ups. That seems very specific. Oh god. Okay, I was thinking maybe I can use the whatchamacallit grappling point. But I didn't see the one that was closer. It's not a huge deal. I think Ripple Laser /2 is the best config in the game. Is there like a community around? I assume there is around Gradius 2 that would you know, explore such things. Just I love spread bomb. Really just feel so lost in this game. I was wondering if the flashbacks or whatever we were seeing earlier would actually make sense now. And I don't think they do, unless there's like some auxiliary text that I haven't read. Find echoing keys to open echoing vault. When did that change? I thought I was just I was following the music. Pixel, no you! Hey! You know what? Actually, perfect timing. When did you say you wanted me to play, to start playing Final Fantasy X? Cause, I'm gonna need to dig out my copy. Cause I think I have it on PC, but you told me the PC version's bad. Crash news. I see. What's Crash Bandicoot doing in a Final Fantasy game? Just kidding. Sorry. Jeez. Oh! Tuesday of next week. So not the upcoming Tuesday. So are you close to beating this yet? I don't think so, to be honest with you. I thought that the last boss I faced... Oh, so this upcoming... So, like less than a week from now. Okay.
Always changing. Always trapped. Every way out is another cycle.
The 17th, but I have a family day, so... skill issue. Yeah. Real gamers don't have families. Just kidding. Okay, well, I'll probably DM you, Pixel, just to double check. Did a massive LRG for you did? What did you order? I know I assume Bubsy was part of it. Because I'll be honest with you, I kind of want to get it, but also it's more so for the lulz than actually being like, oh, fuck yeah, Bubsy, you know? There are 5 bosses, Act 1, 3 bosses, Act 2, 2 bosses, Act 3, extra credits. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I defeated... Wait, how could there be 3? Yeah, I guess 3 bosses, okay. So I'm 3/5 of the way through this game? Shinobi, Shantae, Scout... Oh, I see. God, no, I don't want to... Oh, okay. I mean... I'll be honest with you, I do find the Bubsy collection funny because there have been people who are like, oh my god, Bubsy 3D got ported to PC before Bloodborne. And I just find that funny. Well, all makes sense soon enough. I hope so. Because I'm feeling pretty lost. It's like if you want to know for scheduling. Honestly, I think what Thrifted sent is ultimately all I really need. I just want some way to be like, okay, so I am decently far in the game. Do you stream this longer than Persona 5? No. Definitely not. Persona 5 took ages. Like, I had a great time with it, don't get me wrong, but, it was such a long game. Part of why this game seems longer, too, is that I've had to cancel a lot of streams, so, like, the just amount of time overall is a lot. Also cool if you want to practice this part, the second half is the next... Okay, well, that could help, too. You know what, I'll grab it. Yeah, as sad as I am to cancel streams, it's also One of those situations where it's like, I gotta prioritize other things. I beat Fantasia, and I went through all the Power Rangers. Even got the Platinum in a single day, which I wasn't expecting. Oh, wow! Well, what do you think of Power Rangers? And, let me know what you think about Night in the Woods, because I've heard good things about that game. Night in the Woods is glorious. I've heard good things, for sure. I don't really know much about it though, surprisingly. It was fun but really short. Like so short I wouldn't recommend it at full price. That makes sense. What? Thanks for helping me. Random purple portal. Is that a function of this gun? If so, that's pretty crazy. The portal beam, yeah, it's crazy. Well, this is fun so far. Super Creature has great writing and great music. Nice. I do remember there was some drama over the Night in the Woods, like the composer. Like apparently the composer did some not cool stuff or something, and then he committed suicide, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I thought that was what I had heard. Well, Seeker gets the best enhancements. Yeah, I'm starting to see. Accused of abusing his XG. Oh, okay. I remembered it was one of those things where I think people were, like, genuinely pretty upset at him, and then unallowed himself 4 days. Yeah. Which is very sad to hear because, you know, it's not a good situation, regardless of the context. Actually, that is a good question, though. Is the actual word for that banned on Twitch? I just said it because that was what came to mind, but I apologize if that is not cool to say. Do you ever watch Carl Pixel? Do you ever watch Carl Jobst? I believe I've seen some of his content before. I don't remember, to be honest. The name rings a bell. But, like, even if I have seen him, I'm not, like, super knowledgeable. We watched his vid about the— oh, that's where I've heard it. Okay. There are so many YouTubers whose names get, like, thrown around that it's like, I'm sure I hear oh god. I'm sure I hear a lot of them. A Billy Mitchell lawsuit. Yeah, didn't Billy Mitchell win the lawsuit? I thought I had heard some people say that. And I was like, how? How is that possible? Finally. I feel like that's the first key I've seen in a while. I mean, Structor, if you send me the link, I will eventually watch it. I just, I'm kind of curious now. Did he actually lose? Or is that just rumor? Billy won that one. It was about defamation. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Okay, that makes a little more sense. What a piece of shit. I think, in my humble opinion, yes. But, you know, lawsuits about defamation are very strange to me. Because it's hard to... from my non-legal perspective mind, like, it's hard to exactly prove what is and isn't damaging, you know? So, like, when somebody makes a video, it's like, they don't necessarily always mean to hurt, but, like, you know, that doesn't mean you should break the law, so I don't know. I'm just saying, Rose was in the wrong, but Billy's also a piece of shit. Yeah. That's, I mean, that was how I understood things. I still can't run on the red floor, so I don't know why I keep getting these rooms. You know, maybe this is easier to say, but, I feel like I would rather be hated by the masses and loved by, you know, a group of people who actually understands what's going on than, because, like, I feel like Billy Mitchell's the type of person where it's like, yeah, all the, you know, all the, like, casual viewers just go, oh, he's the Donkey Kong guy, that's so cool. But, like, you know, gamers in general know what he's actually like, and it's like, I would rather the opposite. I would rather the populace, you know, think that, like, I'm whatever, and then have people be like, no, actually, I think he is pretty cool. You know what I mean? Really fascinating. You had to declare bankruptcy for... Yeah. I'm not surprised. Because, you know, my mom is a lawyer, but she's retired, so, like, she doesn't really give legal advice or anything, but talking to her about these sorts of things is really interesting to hear from an actual lawyer's, like, perspective. Because, do you remember the story of the Team Executor guy who got, like, arrested and then put in jail for all of his crime? So there was a story that came out a few years ago where it's like, Nintendo is garnishing his wages, oh my god, and keep on out of it. I'm saying she's just providing an interesting perspective, because she taught me that, like, that's just how things work, because a lot of people were like, oh my god, how is this possible? And it's like, it's not really all that shocking when you know more, you know? Like, you're talking about... I'm not talking about her specifically, I'm just saying that, like, since she is a lawyer, and it's fun to talk to her about certain law topics. Yeah, the Jumps declared bankruptcy, but he managed to keep his major assets by having his wife buy out his share. Oh, wow. Oh, he want you to... Okay. Anyway, the Job's declaring bankruptcy thing isn't that surprising to me, given what I've heard. What limited knowledge I've heard. If you declare bankruptcy in Australia, your creditors can't go after your spouse's debts unless you own them jointly. That's interesting. Honestly, that kind of makes sense. But, yeah, I can't say I know well enough in other countries. I assume then that Jobst was Australian. Because again, I don't really know much about him. His name occasionally pops up, and for whatever reason my brain refuses to commit it to memory. I want to be able to swim. Why does Celine die from swimming? She's an Earthling. It's water. Clearly people online don't understand bankruptcy because they accused him of fraud when he was... Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot of, what do they call them? Armchair experts online. Oh, is this the boss? Wow. Ooh, the astronaut. Oh. How do you know it's water and not a swarm of microorganisms that seem fluid? You know... You're right, but they could have made it look more like not water if they didn't mean it to be water. I mean, it looks like water, and it doesn't, like, bubble or anything. I don't... Oh, it's carbine. Oh, but I love the portal beam, but I will switch to the carbine for now. Also, you know what? To counter your point, Corn, if it was that, then why is it she, like, immediately loses all function? She's in a spacesuit. It's not like the spacesuit disintegrates or anything. Shows no signs of damage. Oh, well, I've messed up the timing. Phillips is Australian, and what's interesting about that is when you lose a lawsuit, you have to pay a percentage of the winner's legal fees. I know that's common in a bunch of other countries too. I believe in Britain that's a thing. That's not unheard of. But I don't know. I don't know enough about the economy enough to be like that's a good or bad thing. I don't know. Well, Billy likely lost a significant amount of cash from it despite winning. Yeah, well, that was my understanding of how most lawsuits are. Like, a big reason why people want to avoid them is because even if you win, you kind of end up losing money anyway. You know, in conjunction with the rumble, kicking these little egg sack things is very satisfying. I feel like defamation lawsuits don't really help much. Like, even if you win, you're still seeing that in the court of public opinion. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you know, what's his face? I forget his name. There was a story about, there was a guy who, in the early days of the Switch, made these custom Joy-Cons, and Nintendo sent him a cease and desist, and people initially were like, oh god, how can Nintendo do that? He's raising money for charity. And then, when, you know, when more information came out, turns out, A, he either wasn't donating to charity at all, or it, like, was really unclear what he was donating to, and then, sorry, and then when people started discussing that, and also apparently he was making Joy-Cons that were themed around, the content creator Etika, who passed away, and he didn't get permission from their family to use his likeness, so, like, it just was really gross. And when people on, like, Reddit or whatever started talking about it, he started to threaten to sue any individual users that were talking about it. And I was like, yeah, because that's, you know, that's the way to show that you're, you know, an innocent person, is to threaten to sue random users. But there are situations where, like, you know, you need someone to get off your back. Like, there are no doubt people who it's like, they need a smack before they can, you know, stop fixating on you, you know? I don't understand as a layperson. Yeah, yeah. Even free speech itself is kind of complex. Yes, true. As a layperson, yes, it can be. That's why I always am like, if there was, like, a constitutional lawyer who came in here and was like, hey, here's how the First Amendment works, I'd be more inclined to believe them than believe my own view of how freedom of speech works, you know? Hanging out fire despite free speech. Exactly. That is the example. Distort the definition. Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing. I don't necessarily blame someone for being a layperson. It's more about, like, when they start contradicting people who are actually in authority. that kind of gets on me. You know what I mean? Like, if I made some sort of scientific claim, and, like, a scientist actually came in here and went, like, that's not how that works, I'd at least like to think that, I would have the sense to go, okay, well, I guess I'm wrong then. You know? I wouldn't be going like, what do you know? You know what I mean? I'd like to think I've admitted when I'm wrong on this channel, for the most part. There are probably a couple of things I haven't, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Look, I'm not afraid to admit I'm wrong. Oh my god, this guy takes so many hits! Why is he so strong? Insanity. Okay, phew. I genuinely thought I was gonna die to him. Stick with my carbine. Anyway, to get back on a fun topic, Nintendo just announced that Chibi Robo is going to be coming to the GameCube Switch Online service. That's exciting for me because it's one of those situations where I remember as a kid seeing the concept of Chibi Robo and being like, that looks so dumb, I don't want that. And then enough people have been like, no, it's super fun and unique, like, you should try it. And then it was too expensive. So, it's robots. Yeah, right? It's equivalent to their ears perking up. But yeah, giving people a chance to play a very expensive GameCube game, I'm all for. And it gives me the chance to know if I was right or not to avoid picking up Chibi Robo back in the day. Oh, though it looks like my second LRG vac, so that's kind of annoying. I didn't know you had a second account. Interesting that it's a little more obscure. I wish they would hurry up. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I have been disappointed by the small selection of GameCube titles. But, to be honest with you, I do think it's better to start with the, like, obscure stuff first. If only because, like, if you really want to play Luigi's Mansion, like, yes, it's expensive, but it's also, like, there are so many copies of it out there. You know, there aren't as many copies of Chibi Robo out there, and, like, it's far more expensive, so I'm glad it's getting an opportunity to become accessible, you know? Oh, okay. Thank you for sticking by, Pixel. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, one of the 2 echoing keys. Very nice. Wonder if Melee has a chance. You know, I go back and forth on that because they still haven't added Smash Brothers to the Nintendo 64 collection. Or to, you know, the Nintendo 64 library. Um, but I don't know. Smash 64 being MIA is it? Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It's like, how is that? You know, I can understand if Melee takes a while, but like but why Smash 64? I don't know. I do have to wonder how much control Sakurai has over Smash Brothers, because there were people talking about how he, you know, he was throwing shade about the idea of somebody else being the director, and yet I also thought I had heard people say he was like getting sick of Smash Brothers. It's like, I don't know, feels like having your cake and eating it too, you know. But lag is probably gonna, well, yeah, that's why I could at least see Melee taking a while. But like Smash 64, I don't remember for sure or anything, but I didn't think the N64 emulator was considered bad. The Nintendo Classics, as they call them now. To be honest with you, I still think Switch Online, Nintendo Switch Online is a better name, just because it got more people talking about Switch Online. I don't know. What do I know about marketing? How could you? I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 in my spare time, and it's such a weird experience because, like, it really does give me this feeling of, like, this is not groundbreaking by any stretch, but it is good. So it's like, I don't know, it's a weird mixed feeling I have. Kept up with it. I remember it was bad at first, but I think it's... Yeah, that's what I mean, like I remember at first, because I remember people talking about Ocarina of Time and how, like, the shadows or whatever were, like, messed up. But I thought they had since patched it to be, you know, just as good as other port jobs they've done, or emulation jobs, whatever. Honestly, you know, I'm more forgiving than many about certain technical issues. I hear that the GameCube emulator is really bad, but every time I've tried it, it's been like, I don't notice anything wrong. I mean, playing it in handheld does mean you have the digital triggers instead of the analog triggers, but like when I played it with a GameCube controller, I felt fine, you know? Like, I played Soul Calibur 2 back in the day, and it felt just like it did then. I'm so happy. Oh, yes, yeah. I know you were looking forward to that. To be honest with you, even I'm kind of curious. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I've got so many things I want. I'm still waiting for Metroid Prime 4 to get its release date announced. Running out of time, Nintendo. apparently some Pokemon Legends previews have been going up today. I didn't look super into them or anything, so I don't actually know, but I just saw people being like, hey, we played Pokemon Legends, here's our thoughts, and then I didn't click. Really, I'm also just waiting for Nintendo to have a Direct that really focuses on Switch 2 games, because I feel like they haven't really done that yet. I know there was a lot of Switch 1 stuff on the way, so like it makes sense to get through all that, but it's like I wanna know what else to look forward to. Kinda hoping the pattern would continue. Release date. Like today would be I would love... Well, you know, I'm glad it's not out right now, because I could not afford it, and I would be very, very sad if I couldn't afford Prime 4. Afford? 4? I'll see myself out. Speaking of floors, can't wait for September 12th for Borderlands 4, I'm assuming. I admit I don't remember when Borderlands 4 is launching, but... Oh. That was... that was a very quick death. By the way, with ZA costing 70, it does say... It does suggest... Yeah, I'm hopeful that that's the case. Mario Kart being 80 was weird, but I also, I don't want to say necessarily that I understand it, but, like, it's one of those evergreen titles, so I imagined, like, at some point it's like, yeah, they might think over time, like, they'll keep up with whatever Switch pricing is happening in the future. Attaches a random parasite and recycles it. It's weird. Really worried the simultaneous Switch 1 releases would be 80 because of Kirby and Mario Kart. Is Kirby? Yeah, I guess I think I had heard Kirby's 80. I didn't realize Mario Party was too, though. That's what we in the industry called not worth. Like, I love Mario Party, but the whole gist of what they've added are basically just webcam things. So it's not worth it. We got the big character story trailer for Amon, the big Viking dude. Long and short, he crushed a dude's head hard enough to turn his brain into a diamond. Interesting. I'll be honest, I haven't really been following anything Borderlands 4 related, so I didn't even know his name is Amon. But it is 80, I just checked. Okay. I guess it depends on how big the extra stuff is for Kirby, but at least for Mario Party, that is not worth it. And I haven't even played Jamboree yet. Every time they showed off, like, oh, here's what the Switch 2's gonna add. You can use a webcam. I don't care about that. Got info on 3. Okay. Graphical vehicle upgrades, mostly I can sort of cosmetically understand. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not necessarily opposed to the idea of Kirby being 80 as long as this new campaign is fairly lengthy. I just get the feeling it won't be, you know? That was Harlow, the Malawan scientist. Interesting. Ether. Great ether. Yeah, honestly, thinking about it, I think Prime 4 might be my most anticipated game right now. Can't really think of that much else I'm, like, super hyped about, you know? As long as this has strong arms, my boss, and increasing my wages. You know, it's funny you say that. I remember when they were, you know, just after they had announced the Switch 2 and they were doing like live streams, everyone was going, lower the price. And someone in chat said, like, raise our wages. It's like, yeah, you know, that's probably more what I'd want. Portal Beam's so good. So good. I saw that. He's got a point. I know, right? Oh my god. I saved myself. Well, I was panicking, but I was panicking Skywalker right there, but maybe I'm just a coward, but I don't want to get any malfunctions. Not be the best thing for me right now. Imagine if every oh, they're thinking about prices of labor and yeah, right? Oh man. Or not even just Nintendo fans, but like just people in general. You know what I mean? Like people in general just focus their energy on making working conditions better. Portal Beam's so good. I'm sorry. This is crazy good. Oh, fine. Sorry. I had a moment where I was like, yeah, I could waste the key, but I don't know if I should. No, I should. Oh, that's cool. I admit I like how the atmosphere has kind of changed to signify that, like, Celine's been gone a long time, but it's still hostile here. No, I don't have money. No, I can't swim. I didn't bring my water wings. Oh, yes. Free damage upgrade, yes. You'll love to see it. Resin, you'll love to see it. By the way, Structor, were you the one that said this round would go faster? I don't think it is. I think this might just be slower. I feel like I'm making even less progress. Maybe that's just me, but... Your fault for listening to chat. I'm not listening. It wasn't like a piece of advice. It's just someone was like, yeah, this section should be faster for you. In hindsight, thinking, it doesn't seem like it will be. After the second half, though I don't want to spoil too much. Okay, well, yeah, don't spoil anything, but I get the impression I'm gonna struggle. I've been kind of reaching points with this game where it's like just wall after wall. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you know, here's a wall, and you just keep hammering at that wall until eventually you break, and then you meet another wall. You know? By the way, remember that you want to go to the house every run? But it's inaccessible. I remember you telling me that, and it says inaccessible. Gosh, I can't speak today. I'm sorry. I'm just tired. That's the other thing. I'm very tired. Maybe I'm forgetting something. You might be, because I'm like 99% sure that I still can't go in the house yet. Till some story thing happens. But I'll definitely keep an eye out. You know, it doesn't really hurt to go up to the door, so might as well check to make sure I can't go in, you know? No, no. Meanwhile, I'm playing Abyssus, basically a brine punk. Old-fashioned deep-sea divers, but oh, okay. A roguelike. Interesting. I haven't seen it, but that sounds cool. There's a lot to keep track of in this game. There really is. I think that's part of why I struggle with it sometimes. Just like, I feel like I'm constantly taking in so much info, you know? Imagine this. You end up on an abandoned island, you're scared because you're alone on an island, then you're gonna have to start a bunch of banana... Wait, on an island you're gonna have to survive on a bunch of banana pony come out and start dancing, there's music, terrified yet amused? Well, is this something I'm not aware of? Is it like a D&D campaign or something? It kinda sounds like it. But hi, it's good to see you again. Hi. I'm glad to see you again, because I was worried. Whenever somebody leaves my Discord, I worry I like, upset them or something. It's a bad habit, I know, but... just how my brain works sometimes, you know? I left? I thought so. I mean, I could be misremembering, and if so, I'm sorry. Okay, what drugs did that sentence come from? Okay. I mean, well, that's why I was like, is this like a reference to something that I'm not... like, I feel like I'm missing something. Bananas? You kill bananas? Oh, well, you know, I know Structor has a lot to say about bananas, so... I don't know if Structor would be too happy about killing bananas. Interesting. Oh, I think I missed my chance to get anything. Okay, well. This was my first time encountering this room. I don't know. That's not a worthwhile trade-off for me. I use the dash constantly. Those think fast rooms. Yeah, I didn't really realize. I was still trying to like process what was going on in that room. No! I thought I was behind cover. Okay, well, at least the portal beam backed me up. Oh, what? Why did I get two malfunctions? Oh god, I should have read the malfunctions. I'm so dumb. Oh, the new Superman is out on video. Oh, really? Oh, nice. I've heard... It's funny, I've heard some very extreme opinions on it. Like, there were some people who were like, I really didn't like this movie, and there are other people who are like, yeah, it was great. So, I'm curious. Short-term or long-term gains? Yeah. it makes sense, but I just I was thinking too much about, like, okay, so I have since because I think dash was disabled, right? So I was like, so I'm gonna have to like go in, run, and jump, and then because I thought it would cycle through. You know, it would do that thing where like laser, you know. See any of the Zack Snyder DP? I have not actually. It's all in the category of, like, I'm not opposed to seeing it, but since movies aren't really my preferred form of entertainment, it's hard to motivate myself to go see one, especially when I don't generally have people to watch it with. Maybe less so nowadays, but I remember back in the day, it was like, I didn't like watching movies by myself. I still don't, but like, I would remember asking friends, and they'd be like, oh, but I've already seen that movie. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'm just not seeing this movie. Probably skip those ones. I heard good things about the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Even though I did hear negative things about that movie first time. Did see the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Pretty damn good. I have mixed feelings about it. Personally, I just don't see the appeal in a live action version. I don't know, you can call me an animation elitist or whatever, but I don't know, there was nothing wrong with the animation to me to make a live action version. Asking because it seems people who hate Snyder's really likes guns. Oh, interesting. Yeah. That would make sense to me. But yeah, as of right now, I don't really have an opinion. I know I've heard people say things, but that doesn't really mean all that much in the grand scheme of things. Wait, with it, the twins weren't twins. Really? That's a strange choice. I hear people like the Snyder Cut of Justice. It's 4 hours long. Yeah, well, that's definitely one of the reasons why I haven't seen it yet. I was at Comic-Con, and I mean, I had a fun time and all, but I was looking for Lord of the Rings merch for a friend of mine, and I went up to a booth because I saw Lord of the Rings, and you know, the guy behind the I think I may have told this story, but the guy behind the counter greeted me. He's like, "Oh, are you a Lord of the Rings fan?" And I was like, well, more. I'm just shopping for a friend," and apparently he was one of the actors behind, like, the orcs and Nazguls and whatnot. And I was like, that was cool, and I got a picture with him, and he was very friendly and nice. I just felt bad because Lord of the Rings is one of those film series my friends keep going, you have to watch it. Like, we're going to sit you down and force you to watch it. And not even just watch it, but watch the extended cut of it. Of each film, you know. And that's intimidating for me. As somebody who struggles through a normal length movie, the idea of sitting down through the extended Lord of the Rings trilogy just intimidates me. I have the extended cut. It's like a relationship. We never watched it together, really. That's funny. Funnily enough, I do actually have. Also, hi Dega, it's good to see you. Sorry, my brain. I'm just tired. I have not been sleeping well. I bought the Blu-ray extended trilogy, and I still have not even opened it yet. I've building a business turret spam. That's the thing. Also, Structor, you may be happy to hear this, but I did try out a couple different runs in Risk of Rain 2 with the new DLC, and it is interesting, but I'm not used to the new character. I mean, I get it, and yet I'm bad with him. I just watched all 3 extended cuts. Relatively felt too long was 2 towers. It is very powerful, but there's definitely a learning curve. Definitely, I was struggling. But yeah, I love roguelikes. I really do. There's just something so engaging about them for me. He actually gets a second life on it. Wait. Are we talking about the same character then? Maybe it wasn't the Seeker. They kind of play like the Artificer. I forget their name now. No, I mean, it was just the new character you got for buying the DLC. Gosh, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting. It feels a little like Artificer. Maybe it's the Seeker then, but I don't remember either way. I'm sorry, my brain has failed. Damage on overload. Use consumables. I can do that. Did you go for the green portal? I did, yes. I mean, I haven't done a ton of runs yet, so, like, I'm not super experienced. I was just thinking of, because, Korn's message made me think of the engineer, and that's who I played with most recently. Help the unlocks? Maybe. Right now, I'm treating it as just a, because I know I'm gonna get re-addicted if I get too into it, so, like, I'm trying to limit myself. That's just the kind of relationship me and Risk of Rain have. Risk of Rain and I have. The turret span, I have a trinket that makes it so 50% chance for my ability to have 0 cooldown. The second. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that'll happen to be a valid collective comes out soon. Yeah. Yeah. It's the epitome of that, it was Joe Pesci, right? It was like, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Like, that's me with Risk of Rain. For each turret, cooldown is reduced by 15% for each instance. That's pretty cool. Yo, those games are... Jade. Jade. You know what makes me incredibly sad is that you're not even the first person to have made that joke. Literally, when I came in... Damn it. I'm so sad at this new this trend. I didn't mean for it to be this big of a deal. Even more stupid, all my turrets deal more damage per active unit. Sounds fun. But hi Jade, how are you? It's good to see you. Hi. You genuinely want me to stop it? At least not right now. Maybe maybe in the future, but the joke hasn't completely run its course yet. Plus, I'm sure Sans is gonna come in here at some point and be like, "Oh, look at you playing that game that's like Souls." So like, you're not even gonna be the last person. They do fire damage. Nice. Fire damage is fun. No, thank you. I'm good on malfunctions right now. Don't even have... Mega Rocket 1. Sounds fun. But I'm not a big fan of the thermogenic launcher. It's satisfying when you hit it, but I feel like all the enemies move so quickly. You know what I mean? By the time you aim and fire, and after the delay for the rocket to shoot out, the enemy is already like moved. Oh, wait a second, hold on. Oh, how am I gonna get up? It may actually happen soon. Risk of Rain 2 is gonna be at PAX West again. That is sounding like a hint of some kind. Some description. This is my first time beating the second boss. He fucking melted. Yeah. That was my experience with Binding of Isaac. The original Binding of Isaac. I got Polyphemus and Technology 2, which is like the most powerful combo in the game. And despite the fact I was struggling to beat the boss, you know, the mom boss, like I just eviscerated. And it was at a point in the game where I couldn't continue on. It like ended with a cutscene, and I never got that combo ever again. do I get to this door? Oh, wait. Oh, oh. There we go. My house. At last, you have vision to find my house. What's that? I can't remember the name of the game. It's spelled somewhat like Abyssus, but it was like a game that was popular for a little while. Like Atlas or something. I don't remember, but I heard good things about that game. When you said Abyssus, my brain just kind of, I don't know, BS'd its way into a different game that I did know the name of. At least I'm finding a lot of ether. I can start unlocking some items. I do want to be clear, even though I'm not, like... You know, I'm reaching a point in the game where, like, I'm kind of drained. I do still think this is a very good game. I'm just at a point where, like, I've streamed this so many times now, I'm just kind of like, please, just get this over with. A meow? Such a big meow. That was a big meow, my beefies. That was big. He's a big meow. He's a good boy. Look at this beefy kitten. Look at this. Look at you. You're so sweet. You're so sweet, my kitten. Are you so sweet? He's so sweet. This. Look at him. Look at this sweetness. Look at the beef. It is the beef. It's my kit. He's a good boy. I love him. I love him so. I love this kitten. I love you. He's silly. He's a good boy. Oh, this beef. Beef. That's not for pouncing. That is a jacket. That is a jacket, string. That's not for kittens. That's not for sillies. You rub your face on everything. This. Such a cute, such a sweet boy. Look at him. He rub his face. This. What a good boy. Oh, yeah. What a sweetheart he is. He's so sweet. He's so soft. Look at my sweetness. Hey. That is not for kittens. That is not for kittens. There. Beef, you're a silly boy. No. You're silly. You're silly. This is not for kittens. It's not for chewing. I'm silly. Okay, there we go. Now he's a good boy. Now he is not tempted by string. What a good boy. And I love him. What a sweet. Rudy is lying on my bed next to me. Aww. So cute. What you thinking, Beef? Oh, we're going? Not enough here to play with? Okay, I see how it is. He's so silly. He's in a playful mood, I guess. I'm not used to Beef coming into my stream at this time, because usually he waits until after his dinner. Is rough. It is. Oh, yeah, my brain just always wants to overload, and I can't. Yeah, especially with this gun. Fine, I'll take the stairs. It's always funny to me whenever I'm playing a game. It's like I want to get up somewhere, and I'm like trying to jump when there's clearly a pathway. It's like, fine, I'll take the pathway like you intended. They're just little simple pleasures like that, you know? Fact of like, they didn't intend for me to get up this way, but I'm gonna do it. Game designers will never understand. Yeah. It's kind of like what Yahtzee Croshaw said once, where he was talking about like he was essentially saying like part of the reason it's fun to be evil in video games is because it's defying, you know, what the like intent is, you know, because the game wants you to be a hero, so being evil, you know, is fun because you're denying that. He was saying how, like, you know, being evil in a game that wants you to be evil is just as, you know, it gives the same feeling as being good in a regular game. Thought that was an interesting point. Like, you're not doing it because necessarily it's one thing or another. You're just doing it because it's the opposite of what people want. You know? Or like what the designers wanted. Oh, I gotta remember. Hold on 1 second, I'll read that message. I just don't want to die. I thought the developer commentary for Portal was really interesting. Playtesters discovered you can jump on this rod here and skip the entire level. Yeah. That is, You know, it's funny. Have you ever seen, there's I think through IGN, where they do like a developers react to speedruns of their games. And initially, it was a very popular series, and then I feel like I saw some backlash to it after some designers were like, thanks for bringing up all the glitches and things we did wrong in our face. And I didn't get the impression that was really what it was about, but, you know, it's just how it was. But yeah, the watching developers talk about speedruns of their game, it's actually weirdly fascinating. Because I don't think they're allowed to, like, necessarily say why something is the case. They kinda... The way they kind of explain things is fun. Like, have little anecdotes. Oh gosh. Did you ever see the Risk of Rain 2 devs react to a speedrun? No, I don't think I have, actually. Sounds awesome, though. I realize I just enjoy watching people's reactions to things, because it is fun for me to see how differently people can feel about the same thing, you know? Like, I've been watching a lot of... Because lately, it's been a weird trend for people to, like, react to the Team Fortress 2 Meet the Team videos. And, like, I've watched those videos so many times that, like... I could basically recite them from heart. So, seeing people who have never seen them before, like, how they absorb them, is just really interesting to see what they do and don't respond to. Or like, oh, he's gonna do this right before this video. That's funny. I heard that there was like a speedrun competition in Japan that recently removed all Nintendo games from their lineup, and people aren't sure why. But I mean, it's heavily assumed that there was some sort of Nintendo thing happening. I'll try it. Like, I respect speedrunning. I'm not, like, as gung-ho about it as some are, though. Talon Gun isn't terrible. Yeah, I remembered using it and liking it, so I'll try it again. It's just like, it's kind of only a marginal upgrade to what I have. what I'm comfortable with, you know? Sweet. 1. Now we go back to there. Oh, I keep forgetting. There, I'll remove the malfunction now. Is this a key? No, it's a calibrator. I sometimes worry that the light that's coming onto my face, it like makes the contrast of games harder for me. The GDQ speedrun of Tunic that the lead dev has the lead dev as content. Really? That's cool. Yeah, I would love to watch that. I love those crunchy plants. Yeah, yeah. Especially, I don't know if this happens on PC, but at least here on PS5, the controller rumbles like a tiny bit whenever you do it, so it just gives this little extra, like, when you're stepping. Anyways, I should head off to bed because I was super gay, deadly so. Well, have fun. I hope it's as fun as it sounds. Have a good sleep. I hope you sleep well. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you again soon. But, you know, actually, it occurred to me, you might not necessarily be referring to the anime, because I don't know, my brain, you know what, going to Comic-Con really set my brain in this, like, comic book slash manga, you know, animation, like, setting, so when I hear 7 Deadly Sins, I think of the, anime. Which I was enjoying up to a point. I kind of just trailed off. That'll be nice. Nullification sphere is always nice to have. Oh god. Scared myself. Or are you raiding tombs again? Or are you raiding tombs again? Yes, I am. You could almost call me a tomb raider. Do you remember when Xbox was trying to push Lara Croft as, like, a major Xbox franchise? That was funny. Shadow Croft? You know what? I don't even know who is in control of the Tomb Raider franchise now. I think Amazon, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. Because it used to be Square Enix, but then Square Enix sold off a lot of their divisions. Hence IPs. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I would want to be in control of the Tomb Raider franchise. I don't even know how you'd go about bringing it back. Because it did the gritty reboot thing recently, so can't exactly just go with like another origin story. I mean, you could, but like, it's definitely not going to be very compelling. Then again, I also haven't played a lot of Tomb Raider, so maybe there are ways you can take it that I can't think of. And Tomb Raider was compelling for reasons that... I mean, you know... Okay, yes, that was a big reason. But, like, people enjoyed the games well enough, aside from that, that, like, if you were gonna make another one, what would you do? Like, what would be the smart move to make? You know? No, I used the... IP is owned by Middle-earth Enterprises, but they're like capable of close. Okay, yeah, that's... I couldn't remember how it worked, but yeah. I remembered Amazon being involved, but I didn't remember how.
I'll make it this time. I know it.
I heard, though, the War of the Worlds that they made was absolutely awful. And Pixel actually posted a clip in my Discord of it, and oh my god, I'm not usually one to nitpick how a movie's, like, shot and framed, but the way it was, like, shot and framed to me, it felt so off in a way that, like, it's hard for me to describe, but I couldn't not notice it, you know? Oh. Okay. Okay, so I can't just dash through that. Good to know. Finding salvage from hostiles. Ah. Normally, I would be like, man, I am just really bad tonight. But I am streaming, so, in the grand honor of being a streamer, I think I'll blame it on lag. Or on my controller. my my brain sometimes just gets fully used up, making sure I don't get hit. Bracer, what is that? Oh, hold on. I just need to get rid of this enemy and then I'll feel comfortable. Oh, and these. Okay, Embracer actually was born, shut down. Embracer was actually born, shut down Free Radical, and promptly died. That's the true reason the company existed. I am so sad they shut down Free Radical. It's so upsetting. Because it's like, I want Time Splitters 4 so badly. I want it. It's just never gonna happen. Sans, hey! Good to see you. Hi. I'm not currently winning, but I'm trying to change that. How are you? Is Snail still streaming? I assume not, because you're here now, but, if she is, tell her I said hi. She's raiding, I see. I wish you luck on your journey with that PS2. Oh, whoops. The wrong way. That's where these are coming from. It was just resin, too. It wasn't even... The PS2 is being a PS pain in the ass. I mean, it seems like it. But thankfully, at least from what I was seeing, it doesn't seem like modeling a new shell will be too hard. Because it's not really, like, altering any of the fundamentals, it's just moving screw holes. Hey, the fact that you can do all that stuff is super cool. The slim or the thick? I'm pretty sure it's the slim. Could be wrong. 2 slims. Will the real slim stand up? I'm so clever. Wait, am I the one creating these, like, red grid lines? I wasn't aware that that was what the pylon gun was doing. That's so weird. Okay. I totally misunderstood this gun. Found a Slim at Goodwill for like 20 bucks a few years ago. No power supply, but said it was tested. Had to take their word for it. I mean, to be honest with you, even if it wasn't working, it's not a bad deal. 20 bucks. Did work once I got a power supply on eBay. Oh, well, hey, even better. I remember buying an original Xbox that was like in the most pristine condition I had ever seen. Because the guy said he had only used it like once or twice. So I was like, oh, perfect, and I bought it, and the power supply was like dead because apparently original Xboxes are ticking time bombs when it comes to, I forget what component, but one of their components will, like, eventually die and, like, leak and hurt the power supply. And it was in such a state where it's like, in order to replace the power supply, the price of it was basically the entire Xbox. Like, I could get a used Xbox for that price. And that's ultimately what I did, but just... Yeah, the mega capacitor, I believe. Or it was something like that, if not exactly that. You know, I'm on PS5, and I remember hearing some people have concerns about the longevity of PS5s because they use this like liquid metal in their like CPU or whatever, and that can leak over time through the like barrier that's keeping it in. I don't know how likely it is, but I had been hearing people say it's actually better to lay your PS5 than to keep it vertically, just to avoid that specific scenario. I think I heard about that. Yeah, it was something I had heard, and I don't know if anybody ever officially has said, like, yeah, that's a thing that can happen. Just paid $25 for this one from eBay. Well, there you go. That's a good deal then if you got a PS2 for $20 and it was working. Because the one you got was busted. If every... I don't know if every... I know at least the launch units do. But, I thought they... I mean... I don't really know, but, like... I thought every PS5 used them. Like, the one I'm using right now should have liquid metal in it, so... It really makes me sad that people keep saying physical is dying. Because I think part of the reason physical is dying is because people believe physical is dying. You know what I mean? Since they dramatically reduced the size of the heat sink shortly after the launch model, I guess they need it. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if... I know they shrunk the size of the fan in, like, the initial revision of the PS5, but in terms of still using the liquid metal, I don't think anybody has said that they don't. Not sure if it's better to use it to connect with enemies or like... See, that's the thing. I can't tell. It is nice that, like, you can fire the pylon gun and then hide behind cover or something and just let it deal the damage. But it's hard to know if I've done that correctly. I want physical copies of my games. I know it's not the popular thing to do anymore, but it's how I am. Watching anime with mom. She's into it. Oh, okay. What? Do you mind quickly if I ask what anime? But either way, hi and bye, Groovy. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Platypus Reclade gets a physical. If it does, I will buy it. For sure. I think it was Attack on Titan. I've heard good things about that. Still haven't watched it, but I've heard. I don't know. I haven't really been watching a whole lot lately. I've been so focused on Cyberpunk. Because, like, even though I don't fully comprehend what's going on in Cyberpunk, it's compelling enough that I still want to listen to it. Which is impressive, because I feel like most games I would just be like, forget it, I'm not gonna try and understand. Although I do want to watch Cyberpunk Edgerunners, because I heard that... Well, I mean, I heard it was really good, and I heard that Studio Trigger worked on it, and I like Studio Trigger, so... I'd be interested in watching it. Yes, Trigger did it. Yeah, yeah. Trigger's works are some of my favorite. Edge Runners was hell. Apparently, it's getting a second season now, which confused me because I thought people were saying like it ended pretty definitively. So I don't know what they're planning, but. But yeah, I've heard people say, like, be ready to cry when you watch it. The prequel manga following two of the characters. Oh, okay. I've been doing my best to avoid spoilers, because I do want to see it. So don't spoil anything for me, but yeah, I mean, I guess cross-promotion works. Playing Cyberpunk made me want to watch Cyberpunk. Although, I wanted to watch it before playing, so I guess it's not up in the... or, you know, that's not as definitive proof. Ooh, okay. I'll take that. Pretty good power-up. Slightly different. Nah, I'll stick with what I've got. You know, when I went to... Sorry, just kind of... my brain got a little sidetracked, but when I went to the Digimon Time Stranger booth at Comic-Con, they were asking people not to, like, take pictures and stuff. And I was like, what a weird thing. You're literally on the Comic-Con show floor, like... I mean, like, I respected it, obviously, but it just... It's like, do you really think people aren't gonna take pictures? Even if it's just from afar? Didn't want people to realize they made actual Digimon. I mean, I played the game, and it was fun, but just it wasn't anything that I think would have damaged the brand if I had, like, taken a picture and posted. You know? Like, is it really going to be that problematic if I go, hey guys, I played Digimon Time Stranger and it was really good? And there's like a picture of me with one of the controllers just like giving a thumbs up, and it's like, is that really that offensive or whatever? I don't know. Digimon is so much more crazy than I remembered it. I've only ever really seen, like, Season 1. And even then, I don't remember a whole lot. I always found it funny that Digimon was the franchise where everything had to be named Mon, even though that's what people say Pokemon is. Oh, I thought I was clever. Okay, well, I'm always glad to get resin. Oh god. I should have trusted. I should have trusted. I got like worried that this was the void that I was gonna be flung into. Can't think of a single Pokemon that ends in Mon. The closest I can Hitmonlee, Chantop. Yeah, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'm sure there is like one, but it was always funny to me. I remembered so many people being like, "Oh, look at this Pokemon parody. Here's blank Mon, and here's this Mon, and this Mon." And I was like, that's been a Digimon thing. That doesn't really apply to Pokemon so much. Oh. Weird. Okay. I always did wonder if people said that because, like, they didn't really notice or care about the difference between Pokemon and Digimon. They were just kind of like, oh, it's, you know, whatever, creatures. The casual mind can't even comprehend. I'm like, now my brain is like trying to think of every Pokemon to see. It's like, has there ever been a Pokemon with the the suffix of Mon? I can't think of any. Oh my gosh, the other echoing key! Wow. The first time. First time I've gotten both of them. That was disappointing. How? What? BS. I definitely shot him. You cannot convince me otherwise. Kidding me? This isn't even that good. I'll do Blade Balancer, I guess, but... Alright, here's my first attempt at this boss. Let's fucking go! Really feels like the lead up to Frike. If Frike is the boss, I will laugh. Ooze. Yeah, it's boost time. Fight the boost.
Draws me as the White Shadow Tower did so long ago.
Why has my transfer been delayed? I have ways to deal with that. Delusions? No, they're helping me stay balanced.
Balanced.
I've made a lot of progress. What is everyone expecting to find? If they shine a light at me, they'll see the shadow they expect every time.
I remember that day. I wish I'd stayed.
Gaining or fixing malfunctions grants a random combat ability. Wonder what that means. Also, not quite boss time. Data cubed, yes. But not quite boss time yet, because I want to see if I can get that other data cube I was swapping around with. and see if maybe I can bring that to the data processor as well. It was in this room.
It's calling me upwards. That melody. Always that melody.
Yeah, here we go. Cool. Now can I take this one back? I want to go to the door on my left. Okay. Rudy just rubbed his face on my shoulder and then bit it. Oh, Beef does that with my mom. He'll like act all sweet and then he'll just randomly bite. Beef, why? Cat be cat, yeah. But he doesn't do that with me. He only ever does it with my mom. My mom's like taking it personally. Beef. He's a silly boy. Creates a portal in the air that shoots projectiles at hostiles. Interesting. I mean, I see through a rearview mirror darkly, plummeting into a lake of madness that scarred the underwater depths. It would have been better if certain friends had never been born. Mother lied about joy, there's only pain. Wow. Hey, Satsu, it's good to see you. Hi. How are you? And the same question goes to you. When am I gonna get you back on my stream and answer questions? I seem to remember liking porn. I'm sure it's fun, but it's not all exciting for my current run. And I need to go up. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'm editing the penultimate episode for Bioshock Mons. Ooh. Didn't they just cancel a remake of Bioshock, or am I misremembering that? Honestly, by the time anything new Bioshock comes out, I'm sure Ken Levine will be done with his game. So I had nothing to do with it. Are you sure, Sans? Or, sorry, are you sure, Satsu? I would have been very upset with myself if I did just jump off right there.
The song is so loud. I have to silence it.
Alright, boss time, let's fucking go. Ooh. Is that a meat organ?
The song. Why are you playing it?
Just like the end? What, from Metal Gear Solid, or do you mean something else? I'll be honest, I kind of want to replay Metal Gear 3, because I have not in a long time. I don't remember everything about it. Oh, from Sonic Frontiers. Yeah, okay. Sorry, wasn't thinking in those terms. See these numbers. Exactly. I'm saying. Whoever played an organ entirely made out of human meat. Is it a meat organ? It might be a meat organ. Oh god. Ah. Oh, I know, it is such a banger, isn't it? When I made a video on my YouTube channel talking about my favorite games and Metal Gear 3 was on there, you better believe I was like, I have to include Snake Eater as the backing track.
This is a good result!
This is a good result! Oh my gosh! Lazy! Ah, thank you! Hold on, sorry. I'm in the middle of a boss fight and I'm freaking out. Hi! Do I have a mod that can shout Blazy out? If you have not followed Blazy, you should. Blazy is a precious bean. Hold on. 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm really focused on this. If you're worried about spoilers, this is pretty, you know, pretty massive spoilers, so I apologize. Yes! Oh, thank goodness.
Finally.
Okay. Let me give you a shout out, Blazy. It's good to see you. Hi. How are you?
Too much.
How are you? How was stream? You were playing Fallout 4? Nice. Hope you had fun. I'm doing good. It was good. I'm glad. Is it your first time playing Fallout 4? Because I actually have friends who are replaying it right now, and they have such strange opinions on it. Pyrian is kind of obnoxious. It's not crazy difficult. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm you know, doing my best to make progress day to day, but you know, I'd say I'm doing well. I'm glad you're enjoying it so far. Yeah, I won't say anything to sway your opinion or anything like that, but it's just been interesting hearing my friends' observations on Fallout 4. I need to play it myself, but I burned myself out a little bit by playing Fallout 3 and New Vegas back to back. So I kinda am taking a small break. Oh, and sorry, I was rated. Hi everyone. Hello, I am Super Shadow 271. I play a variety of games here on Twitch because I collect games, and I'm playing Returnal because I heard good things about this game, and it's a lot of fun, and I really like roguelikes. It's fun. Good. Favorite faction, and why is it Nuka World great? Can you resist playing hot cross buns on the meat organ? That's so funny. Yes. The endless song bleeding out into space. The inescapable ascent from the abyss of self and the planet. Where I found Hyperion waiting upon the spire, bound to an organ. I never spoke to him afterwards or heard his music again. Interesting. Wait, but I can't... Can I swim now? No, I can't. Well, thank you for the raid, Blazy. If you need to do after stream care, I totally understand. But I appreciate the raid, and, it's good to see you again. You're heckin' precious. And, yeah, thank you again for the raid. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Maybe this way? Okay. Yeah, I can't go to the other place until I learn how to swim. Okay. This used to be the Crimson Wastes, but it is no longer. Yeah, I don't know if you've played this game before, but it's actually really fun.
This isn't...
The Fractured
No, it
Waste.
is. The same coordinates as the desert. I recognize the mountaintop, but where are the rune structures and... Helios? When are we?
Beginning descent.
I'm having a lot of fun with this game.
I don't know which attempt this is. It's becoming reassuring. Despite knowing the promises ahead,
It's a little obscure right now what its story is, but I'm sure it'll make sense in due time.
Sacrifices I do look forward to re-experiencing. But I feel as though something at the bottom is rejecting me.
I know Bethesda is currently in the process of making Elder Scrolls 6, but I have to wonder if they've started planning Fallout 5.
This is where the hive mind retrofitted their autonomous machines, altering each one with a new purpose. Kill the severed brethren. I still remember that phrase. And I feel myself altering too. Then it becomes irresistible. If I can reach the depths, I can destroy what destroys me. I'm stronger than the severed.
I could get the
and
integrity
cycle.
augment. It's 76. I don't know if I want to count 76, though. And besides, you know if they make another Fallout, they're going to call it 5. But yeah, I do wonder what their plans are. I mean, granted, I don't even know how far along Elder Scrolls 6 is. So it could still be a long time before, you know, Fallout is even considered.
Another piece of hive mind technology.
This level is essentially like the Temple of Styx in Hades. Interesting. Isn't Hades 2 about to have its 1.0 release soon? Oh, please tell me this allows me to swim. Please say this is like hazardous areas. Okay. Well, that's something. Yeah. Okay. That's still something. So this is why I accidentally tricked you into jumping into the red stuff earlier. Yeah. Forgot this power-up existed. That's... yeah, that's understandable. I didn't hold a grudge for it or anything, but... I definitely was like, yeah, I think the red stuff is gonna require a power-up. I was really hoping I'd get the power-up to swim, though. Oh, I thought I was about to run off the cliff. But I don't want to go into the challenge room. I've got to be missing something. Surely it wouldn't just force me to go to this optional room, right? There's got to be something. Suspicious lasers. I mean, they're suspicious, but I thought they're made of that, like, purple stuff that I can't even dash through. Right? Or does my power-up also now let me not get hurt by these? Yeah, okay, no, I get hurt by those. I thought those were just there to prevent me from getting to the top, but it's like I don't want to do the challenge room. Like, why are they purple to differentiate them from the red lasers that you can dash through? What I assumed. Oh, whoops. Okay, well. I was trying to see how close I could get to the jump point, but I don't know if I want to do a leap of faith. Fine, I'll do the challenge room. I don't want to, but they leave me with no other choice. This is stressful. This is very stressful. I don't like being under this much stress. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine, we're managing. Leviathan. Because this is the crossover they did with Subnautica. Scared. Afraid. Oh. Jeez. I thought I had an astronaut. You'd be dead. You're absolutely right, Dega.
It never stops.
It is very true. The Twilight Beast from Twilight Princess. Something like that, yeah.
My lifeless, ancient ship echoes these words across centuries in absolute silence. Choice and consequence may somehow have reversed. The cycle has been extended, but it is still eternal. Infinite torment.
Doom Eternal.
The planet hides secrets, as does the astronaut. My house, myself, and time itself. I will rip out every one of them, wailing from a dark wound.
Getting hit causes the suit to emit projectiles. Interesting. Looking at the time, it might be better if I just suspend my run here. Before I really get... How many mods can you carry around? As many as you can find. As far as I was aware. But anyway... Thank you all so much for stopping by and saying hi and chatting and rating and stuff. I really appreciate it. I try and stream every other day, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific. Yeah. I have a Discord if anyone is interested, !Discord, or there's a link in my bio. It's the best place to keep up with my streams as well as chat with me and other cool people. And we're gonna raid someone so we can pass along the support. I see. So Lucy is doing a 24-hour charity stream, which is very cool. We could also raid... Who else is live? We could raid No Name or Infa. Storm. You know, unless anybody has a particular suggestion, I think I'm gonna raid Lucy because she's, well, I mean, on top of being just a great streamer, she's doing a 24-hour charity, and I feel like I should support that in some way because I don't have money to donate. But I hope you'll all join me, and that will be it from me. Oh, !Raid. We'll send my raid message. I hope you will copy and paste that and send it in the chat when we get to her stream. But that'll be it from me for today. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Have a good one. I will talk to you later. And let's go raid. Bye.